Did you know that more than 80% of seniors over 65 years old have difficulty getting up from the couch or bed without support? And more than half have fallen at least once inside their homes, even though they've lived in the same environment for decades. This doesn't happen by chance. Struggling to get up, feeling your legs tremble while walking, losing your balance when taking a quicker step. All of this may seem minor at first, but over time, these difficulties accumulate. Suddenly, the cane that used to sit in the corner of the living room becomes a constant companion. And for many, this change is experienced with a silent feeling of sadness, as if the body is betraying the mind, which still feels active, lucid, and full of a desire to live. But what if I told you that even after 70 or 80 years old, your body can still become stronger, and that there is a natural way to regain balance, muscle firmness, and even the confidence to walk without fear of falling? Perhaps you're doubting this now because you've heard many people say that old age is just like that it's natural to stoop, walk slowly, and live on medication. But this is not the only truth. And throughout this video, you'll understand what is really happening to your body and how you can reverse this process. Imagine now Mrs. Eleanor, a 78-year-old woman who has always been active. She took care of plants, enjoyed walking in the neighborhood park, and never missed Sunday masses. One day, as she got out of bed, she felt her legs were wobbly. She thought it was just a bad day. The following week, she tripped over the living room rug. She fell lightly, nothing serious, but the fright remained. Her daughter insisted that she use a cane, just to feel more secure. At first, she refused. Proud, she thought it was too early. But after almost falling again while descending the sidewalk, she accepted it. And over the months, what was meant to be temporary became permanent. The walks diminished, the plants dried up, and Mrs. Eleanor's smile grew more tired. This story may seem sad, but pay attention. Mrs. Eleanor discovered something that completely changed the course of her life. And you'll discover it too in this video before it ends. Have you ever felt like your legs aren't the same anymore? Have you ever been afraid of falling just from getting out of bed? Have you ever held on tightly to someone's arm to cross the street, even though you've known that route for years? Know that you're not alone. This feeling of insecurity when walking, the loss of strength in your legs, the imbalance when turning a corner or climbing a step are common symptoms, but they're not normal. The difference between common and normal is important. Something may happen to many people, but that doesn't mean it has to happen to you. As the years go by, it's true that our bodies change. We lose muscle mass, bones become more fragile, and reflexes diminish. But what few people know is that there are simple, accessible, and natural ways to help the body regain much of that strength. The problem is that we're often led to believe that there's only one way out: expensive medications, complicated treatments, or simply accepting the limitation. And it doesn't have to be like that. It's important to understand that the body needs specific nutrients to maintain strength and stability. When these nutrients are lacking, even a simple step can seem like a challenge. But this is not a sign that you're completely weak. It's just a sign that the body is asking for help. And just as a garden blooms again when it receives water, sun, and care, your body can also recover with the right vitamins. Perhaps you've heard someone say that age is a burden, that after 70 everything gets worse, that using a cane is the destiny of everyone. But is it really? Are there not people who, even at an advanced age, still walk well, climb stairs, stroll with grandchildren, and even travel alone? Yes, there are. And the difference between those who live autonomously and those who lose that freedom often lies in small choices made on a daily basis. Let's be honest. No one likes the idea of depending on someone to walk. The cane, although helpful, is also a constant reminder that something is not right. It's not your enemy, but it doesn't have to be your only solution either. Many people start using it as a temporary support and end up getting used to it, accepting that new reality as if it were definitive. And before you know it, that walk that was so natural becomes an effort, and the fear of falling starts to control you. But it doesn't have to be that way. There is a way out, and it's simpler than it seems. Before we talk about it, it's important for you to understand what's behind these changes in your body. You don't feel pain or weakness because you're aging. You feel that because your body is becoming deprived of something essential. Imagine a car trying to run without fuel. It's not the car's fault. It just needs to be refueled. And with the body, it's the same thing. When important vitamins are lacking, muscles weaken, bones lose strength, balance is compromised, and confidence goes away. But when these vitamins are replenished, even after years of fatigue, the body responds. Science has already shown that aging doesn't have to be synonymous with suffering. There are people over 90 years old who maintain an active life, with autonomy and without pain. The difference lies in the care they've taken, especially with their diet and replenishing the right nutrients. We're not talking about magic formulas or miraculous promises. We're talking about science, care, and knowledge. And all of this will be revealed to you in this video. Let's go back to Mrs. Eleanor. After some exams, she discovered that she was deficient in some essential vitamins for muscles and bones. On the advice of a professional, she began to include new foods and, in some cases, natural supplements. Over time, she went back to walking more firmly. The cane, which before was a daily companion, was left in the corner. Today, at almost 80 years old, she has returned to tending the garden and walks with her friends in the square as she used to. And she always says, "If I had known this before, I would have avoided months of fear and pain." This example shows that time can be an ally when we have information, and that is exactly what you will find here. The right information, at the right time, with the simple explanation you deserve. You will understand how your body works, what signs it is giving, and most importantly, how to react before the problem becomes more serious. Perhaps now you are remembering someone who started out this way, with minor difficulties, and today depends on a cane, a walker, or even a wheelchair. And perhaps you are afraid of following the same path, but fear should not paralyze you. It should drive you to seek solutions. And the good news is that they exist. They are within your reach. And throughout this video, you will know exactly what are the 3 natural vitamins that have helped thousands of people regain their strength, autonomy, and, most importantly, confidence in themselves. Many ignore the first signs. They think weakness is just tiredness, that the pain will go away with time, that the stumble was just carelessness. But the signs the body gives deserve attention. They are not there to scare you. They are there to alert you that it is time to take care. And the sooner this care begins, the better the result will be. Imagine what your life would be like if you could walk with confidence again. If you could get out of bed without fear, walk to the kitchen, go out to watch the sunset, visit a friend, take care of plants, play with grandchildren. Imagine regaining all of that. It's possible. And it all starts with the decision to take the first step. And the first step is to understand the 3 vitamins that are making a difference in the lives of so many people. You don't need exaggerated promises. You need guidance, clarity, and hope. And that's what we're offering here. A real conversation with someone who understands your pains, your limitations, but above all, with someone who believes you can turn things around. And you really can. Because what's happening to you is not the end. It's just a warning that it's time to take action. And we'll show you how. In the next excerpt, you'll understand in more detail what's happening to your body, what the most common mistakes are that can worsen this problem, and why so many people end up giving up before trying the right solutions. But don't worry, because by the end of all this, you'll discover exactly what to do to regain your strength and put the cane aside once and for all. What many people don't understand is that, over the years, the body goes through natural transformations. One of the most important is the loss of muscle mass, also called sarcopenia. It happens slowly and silently, starting at 50, but intensifies after 60. This means that without realizing it, the muscles in your legs, back, and arms are losing strength. And when the muscles weaken, the whole body suffers. Balance is compromised. Steadiness in your steps disappears, and the simplest daily tasks become difficult. The most worrying thing is that many people believe that all of this is just a consequence of age. But what few people know is that this loss of strength happens because the body stops receiving or absorbing essential nutrients correctly. Without those nutrients, the muscles cannot rebuild themselves, the joints become inflamed, the bones lose strength, and the risk of falling increases. But none of this is irreversible. And that's the good news you need to hear. Unfortunately, instead of seeking the cause of the problem, many people end up adopting habits that only make the situation worse. One of the most common mistakes is to stop moving for fear of falling. After a scare or a fall, it's natural to feel apprehensive. But by stopping walking or making small efforts, the body weakens even more. It's a dangerous cycle. The less you move, the harder it becomes to move. Another common mistake is to start using a cane or walker too early, as if that would solve everything. The cane can be useful in specific moments, but it can also accelerate the loss of strength. By relying on it too much, the leg muscles stop being stimulated, and over time, the dependence increases. What should only be a temporary support ends up becoming a permanent limitation. There are also those who try to solve everything with pain medication, and of course they can help, especially when the pain is severe. But it's important to understand that pain is a warning. It's telling you that something in your body needs attention. If you just silence that warning without treating the cause, the problem will remain, and it will get worse over time, even if you don't feel it immediately. In addition, many people end up betting on solutions that are too quick, promises of instant cures that appear in ads or commercials, products without a scientific basis, without guidance, that promise a lot and deliver little. This generates frustration, loss of money, and most importantly, loss of hope. And when hope diminishes, the willingness to try again disappears. That's why so many people give up, because they tried everything and saw no results. Because they were told that this is normal for their age, because they felt that it was no longer worth fighting. But it's not true. There is a better path, and it begins when you understand that your body is not betraying you. It's asking for help. And when you offer the right nutrients at the right time, it responds, even after 60, 70, or 80 years. Let's now imagine the story of a gentleman named Harold. He was always active. He enjoyed taking care of the yard, tinkering with tools, helping his grandchildren assemble toys. But at 68, he began to feel pain in his knees. At first, he thought it was just fatigue. Then, he started avoiding stairs. Within a few months, he could no longer walk to the market without discomfort. He bought a cane, then a walker. In 2 years, he came to depend on his wife to get up from the couch. What seemed like just a passing pain turned into a constant problem. But what no one told Mr. Harold is that there are natural nutrients capable of reactivating the muscles again. Nutrients that help rebuild muscle mass, reduce inflammation in the joints, and strengthen bones. They don't work miracles, but they do what the body needs to react. When the body receives these elements, it begins to regain strength, balance, and firmness in its steps. And most importantly, confidence returns. Another common misconception is believing that it's too late, that after a certain age it's no longer worth trying, but that's an outdated idea. The human body is adaptable at any stage of life. The difference lies in the pace. It may take longer, it may require more patience, but the results come. And when they arrive, everything changes. The elderly person who felt fragile regains pride in their own body. They start doing what they enjoy again. They start living with more freedom. Pay attention to the signals your body is sending. Leg pain, fatigue while walking, stumbling for no reason, difficulty getting up. All of this is a warning. Don't ignore it. Don't think it's normal. Normal is living with autonomy. It's normal to have energy to go out, talk, walk, and smile. If something is getting in the way of that, it needs to be taken care of. And the best time to take care of it is now. Perhaps you're waiting for a calmer moment, a medical appointment that hasn't happened yet, or a change that never comes. But the truth is that there's no right time to start. There's only the decision, and that decision can be made right now, because recovery begins within you at the moment you believe it's possible to improve. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to walk with confidence, get out of bed without fear, visit friends, take care of the house, play with grandchildren. You deserve to live with quality. And this isn't a privilege for a few. It's a right for everyone. Health is in the choices. And when you make the right choice, your body responds. And now the time you've been waiting for has arrived, because in the next section, I'm going to show you the 3 most important vitamins for anyone who wants to stop depending on a cane. These vitamins are studied, recognized by science, and have already transformed the lives of thousands of people. You'll discover how they act in your body, how to use them safely and naturally, and how to take the first step towards a life with more strength, more balance, and more freedom. Because the cane doesn't have to be your destiny. It can just be a phase, and you can leave it behind. Now, yes, the most important time of this video has arrived. From now on, you'll learn what the 3 vitamins are that have helped thousands of people regain leg strength, steady gait, body stability, and most importantly, the freedom to live without depending on a cane. And the best part, they're accessible, natural vitamins that can be included in your daily life with simple guidelines. What you'll learn here could be the first step towards truly transforming your health. Pay close attention because this information can change your life. Let's start with the first vitamin, the one directly linked to bone strength, balance, and energy. We're talking about vitamin D. It's known by many as the sunshine vitamin. And indeed, the body produces vitamin D when we're exposed to sunlight. But as the years go by, this production decreases. Additionally, many people spend most of their time indoors or use excessive sunscreen, which further reduces the absorption of this essential vitamin. Vitamin D is crucial because it helps the body absorb calcium, the main mineral that strengthens bones. But it goes beyond that. It participates in muscle health, improves balance, and even your mood. A lack of vitamin D can cause bone pain, weak legs, a feeling of tiredness, and even frequent falls. To get vitamin D naturally, it's important to get sun exposure every day, early in the morning or late in the afternoon, for about 20 minutes, with your arms and legs exposed. But in many cases, this isn't enough, and supplementation may be recommended by a professional. There are capsules, drops, and even foods enriched with this vitamin. Talk to your doctor and see what's the best way to include vitamin D in your routine. The difference it makes is enormous. Now let's move on to the second vitamin. This is the vitamin that directly takes care of muscle strength and the nervous system. We're talking about the B complex, especially vitamin B12. This vitamin helps the body produce energy, strengthens muscles, and improves reflexes. It's very common for older adults to be deficient in B12 because the body loses the ability to absorb it over time. When this vitamin is lacking, a person may experience tingling in their legs, loss of balance, weakness when walking, as well as mental confusion and memory loss. All of this can be mistaken for signs of aging, but often it's just a lack of B12. This vitamin can be found in foods like eggs, red meat, chicken, fish, and milk, but in some cases, supplementation is necessary. There are supplements in capsules, tablets, and even liquid form, very easy to take. Including vitamin B12 in your diet can bring more strength in your legs, more energy for the day, and more clarity in your thoughts. All of this contributes to you regaining confidence in your body and walking with confidence again. We now come to the third vitamin. This is one of the most forgotten, but also one of the most important for those who feel joint pain, stiffness upon waking, and difficulty getting up. We're talking about magnesium. This mineral is essential for muscle function, body relaxation, and joint health. Magnesium helps reduce inflammation, improves circulation, and increases flexibility. When it's lacking, a person feels cramps, muscle pain, leg tremors, and even palpitations. Magnesium is present in foods like pumpkin seeds, spinach, bananas, avocados, and Brazil nuts. And like the other vitamins, it can also be supplemented with guidance. Many elderly people who have started walking safely again report that it was after including magnesium in their routine that they began to see the first results. It acts silently but powerfully. By nourishing the muscles and joints with magnesium, the body starts to respond. Stiffness decreases, movement improves, and pain goes away. These 3 vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and magnesium, are together a powerful combination for those who want to put their cane aside and regain independence. When used correctly with guidance and frequency, they help the body recover what was lost over the years. And the best part is that all of this can be done naturally, without complicated formulas, without heavy medications, just with the right care. Now that you know the 3 vitamins, I'll give you a bonus tip. Something simple that can be done at home every day, and that will enhance the effects of these vitamins. Try doing some light stretching exercises every morning. It doesn't have to be anything difficult. Sit in a chair, slowly stretch your legs, move your feet up and down, breathe deeply, move your arms. Do this for 5 minutes. This simple habit awakens the body, activates circulation, and helps nutrients to act more efficiently. Combine this with adequate water intake and a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and grains. You'll notice the difference. And to show that everything we're saying is real, let me tell you the story of Walter. He's 82 years old and, until he was 78, used a cane every day. He had difficulty leaving home, avoided walking, and felt tired with any effort. His daughter worried, sought help. That's when he started supplementing with vitamin D, B12, and magnesium, in addition to including some new foods in his diet. In just over 3 months, Walter was already walking without a cane inside his home. After that, he started going out to walk on the sidewalk. Today, he takes small trails with his grandchildren. He himself says, "What changed my life was not a miracle. It was information. And that same information is now in your hands." You, who have been watching up to this point, have already taken the first step. You have already made an important decision, which is to seek a new way out. And now, it's time to act. Talk to a professional you trust, evaluate your levels of these vitamins, see what the best way is to include each one in your routine. And above all, don't give up. You may be surprised by your body's ability to react. If this content made sense to you, if it brought clarity, hope, or motivation, take the opportunity to share it with someone you love. There are many people out there who are suffering in silence, thinking there is no way out, and who can be helped by this simple information. And if you want to receive more videos like this, with practical tips, reliable content, and natural solutions to live better, subscribe to our channel right now. Enable notifications so you don't miss anything, and leave your comment here telling us how you felt watching this video. Your story can inspire others. And don't forget to check out the link we left in the description, especially for you. Remember, it's never too late to regain control of your life and your steps. These vitamins are the first step to put down the cane and start walking with confidence and freedom again. It all starts with the decision to take care of yourself. And you've already made that decision. Now it's time to put it into practice. Because your health deserves attention, deserves care, deserves the best. And the best can start today. And before ending, I want you to keep this in mind. No matter how old you are, how much your body has changed in recent years, or how many times you thought about giving up, there is always a new possible path. The cane doesn't have to define who you are, let alone limit your life. With the right vitamins, with small daily actions, and with the commitment to take care of your health, you can feel strong, confident, and free again. Believe in yourself. Your body can still surprise you, and this transformation starts now.